town board. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Parsons?
Here.
Trustee McDowell?
Here.
Trustee Fisher?
Here.
Trustee Holmes?
Here.
Chairman Neal?
Here. Mr. Brother, would you do us the honor of leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Please join in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Are there any agenda changes this evening? Hearing none. Is there an approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held on June 16, 2020 at 6:15 p.m.?
So moved.
Is there a second?
On the vote now, the agenda has to be accepted.
Pardon me, sir?
The agenda has to be accepted.
Agenda
Do
change.
you want a motion to accept the agenda?
As presented.
Do we always do it?
All right, I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Frierson?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Okay, approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held June 16, 2020 at 6:15 p.m. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve the minutes for the June 16th meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Frierson?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. So the next item on the agenda, I am very excited to share. Ms. Elena, would you please come into the room, please, with your family? Who all do we have here? We have Elena, we have David, yay, we have Kimberly, and where's Janitza? Okay, oh, she's hiding. And George Lopez Jr. made it too. Not the famous one. He's the other famous one, everybody. So as you well know, we had a mural contest, and we had 4 people that submitted, and of those 4, Ms. Elena Lopez was chosen as the winner. And little did we know, it wouldn't just be Elena that would be doing this mural. It is Elena, it is her children, and it is her husband, and later on in the meeting I'll share with you pictures of what they are doing over there. But I just wanted to take this evening to recognize the Lopez family for all that you are doing, and I know you're having so much fun with it, but it is beautiful. And so if you wouldn't mind coming up, and we have got a certificate for Elena. We have got the $200 winning check, and we have got a thank you card with some community gift cards in it, so that your family also gets recognized for all they're doing. And so, if we could have you come up, and I will dress. We got Gibby here with his camera. Yes, please. If we could have all of you come up, because it is more than just Elena that's doing this. George, would you mind gracing us with your presence?
And from all of us, we want to say hola. And mucho gusto.
Good. We blended, we color coordinated. Thank you, Debbie. Even though I didn't warm you ahead of time.
There, one more, right there. Let me double check.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
Cool.
Anybody want to shot with their cell phone if they're on there? Or?
Oh, here we go. Go ahead. Here you go. Thank you very, very much. The number of people who have stopped by. Do you want to share a little bit, Elena? Would you? No, you can't have Kimberly share for you.
Can you take a
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, please.
Yes, I want to say thank you. And I know she said on the first, please Elena, do this like, because the fence is so big. Right? And she said, please do something here and make, like with the space and everything like that. But I told her, I need to do this because I love science. I love to live here. And I don't know, this is the first project in science that people, they love it, right? A lot of people stop there and say thank you, and I like it, and many positive things about it. Yeah.
And we say gracias por todo.
Gracias por todo.
Well, and I also want to call out Kimberly, because if it weren't for her, Elaine would not have put in. She's the one that encouraged her mother that she had enough talent to be able to submit. And so she built up her mom's courage to be able to do it. So, and Jenny and David are out there every day with her in the lawn chairs, cheering her on. And when I saw George out there with a paintbrush too, he said, "Here's the deal: until she gets this done, I don't eat, so I have to help her." So I just really want to thank you. It's just really, it's magical. What you guys are doing is just so beautiful. So hopefully the beginning of something really bright in our community, right?
Yeah.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, so moving on. Is there a question? Oh. Okay. Next, are there any citizens' comments this evening? Citizens' comments. Okay. Hearing none, we move on to authorizing bills for payment. Trustee Fisher.
I had a phone conference with Supervisor Neal this afternoon, reviewing the financials, and I would like to request authorization for payment of total bills in the amount of $76,882.99.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Trustee Jones, did you have any questions?
I think the only question I had was in terms of the dial-a-ride, was if that program is fully utilized?
So we get a report every once in a while. There wasn't enough time for me to get that information, but I will make sure that I have that in my report.
Okay.
Just at the next board meeting.
Great. Thank you.
You get a second already?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Ferguson.
Aye.
Trustee McDowell.
Aye.
Trustee Fisher.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Chairman Neal.
Aye. Next item is do we need a motion to open a public
Yes.
hearing? Is there a motion to open a public hearing for appropriation ordinance of Township of Zion for fiscal year May 1st, 2020 through April 30th, 2021?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Ferguson.
Aye.
Trustee McDowell.
Aye.
Trustee Fisher.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Chairman Neal.
Okay. So we open the public hearing. So in this public hearing, what we are doing is we approved the budget for the township last month, and now we need to submit a document to the county in regards to what our budget is. And an appropriation is the budget plus you add 10% in general to the budget in case something crazy happens. And a perfect example for that is had our budget not come up right at the time that it did, we wanted to be able to add funds to our general assistance or our emergency assistance fund to be able to help people during COVID. And so with the appropriation, even though our budget was less, we would have appropriated enough money to be able to do that. But because the budget fell within the timeline, we were able to budget the correct amount of money. But it's just a safeguard to be able to help you if a crisis comes up, just for a 10% buffer, nothing more than that. So if anybody has any questions about it, hearing none.
I had a question.
Yeah.
Is the 10%, is that the statute for townships? What is it?
I don't know where it's one of those other things that like, that's just how I was trained to do it. We've never gone by it, our working budget. So what we do is we actually put our budget and the breakdown into a binder, and this is our Bible. We just go by the budget, we don't go by the appropriation. But yeah, that's another good question. I think like the, 2 years, I can write that one
Is
down.
it-
Well, the city only raises the amount in certain funds, but we only have 4 funds, so it's not, it's not as extensive as the city budget.
Sure. Yes, I understand that. Yeah.
Boy, do we have a longer budget meeting, right? Okay. If there's nothing else, we move to close the public
Are
hearing.
those numbers available to the general public?
Absolutely.
Or
Right here.
permission or price?
Gotcha.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. So is there a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved?
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Ryerson?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Item 10, consider passing appropriation ordinance of Township of Zion for fiscal year May 1st, 2020 through April 30, 2021. So that space was for you, if anybody had any questions. Now it's for us to approve it so that she can submit it to the county. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve the appropriation ordinance for Township of Zion for fiscal year May 1, 2020 through April 30th, 2021.
Is there a second?
Second?
Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Ryerson?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Item 11, consider next steps for the assessor position. So just to give everybody an update, we published, or we placed the notice. It's on the Zion Township and the assessor's website. It's at hr.gov, Lake County Job Center, LinkedIn, and it goes out in our weekly emails to over 1,000 individuals, and then it's also been posted on their Facebook page. And to date, we have one applicant who is currently taking the courses. She was actually in the program today with those courses. I also sent in a FOIA request to the Illinois Department of Revenue to find out who the individuals are that have the certification, because those are the people in the section A that qualify for the position, option 1, in the option 1 for the position. And we have Larry Wickets, we have his wife Holly Wickets, we have Michelle Butera, who's in the office, and then Gladys Ohm, who I have never met and do not know. So those are the 4 people in the township that are qualified for that position, just so that everybody has that information. None of those have submitted a request at this point, or an application.
And somebody that's currently taking courses can be considered, is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
according to the township code, it says option 2. If a resident of the township expresses interest in becoming qualified for the office of township assessor, then the board of trustees has the option of hiring the individual as an employee of the assessor's office. This would allow the township the opportunity to pay for the education necessary for that individual to become qualified.
Okay.
And so that said, we posted that we have the position open until August 14th. Our next board meeting is on August 18th. Assessor Wickets is stepping down September 23rd, which is just a few days after our September board meeting. And so what I'm wondering is if everyone would be open to, we'll get the applications in, I'll have Sandra vet everything out and have it ready and send it out to everybody. And then Tuesday at, schedule interviews at Tuesday at 5 o'clock and then Tuesday at 5:30. And then have it as a discussion item on the board meeting for Tuesday night. And then if it's a clear answer, then we could go ahead and make that appointment and see about having that individual be able to be in the office for a period of time to get their, their feet under them before Assessor Wickets is gone.
So we're going to do the interview and then make an appointment that same evening?
If everybody's comfortable with that. We could do it the day before,
I think
but, yeah.
it would be better to do it in advance, but I don't know if our schedules allow it.
Right, we could do a Zoom interview as well. So we could open it up, you know.
At the very least, see the application.
Yeah, well, so what we'll do is on Friday, the 14th, we will email out the application, whatever we get, we will email out so everybody has it.
All right.
And then you can, you know, anything that you want to have Sandra vet out, you know, if there's any questions or anything prior to, you know, right away we'll do that. And then it's up to you guys if we just want to, I would have to think that there will be one, maybe two individuals that would be applying.
Then I would like to do the interview prior to an appointment.
So,
If we can arrange it, yeah.
So
you guys could,
the 10th,
what is that?
is that August 10th, or?
No, we're the third. You're the third, so the
Or the
18th, so it would be the 17th.
Okay.
So what day?
August 17th.
Monday, August 17th.
Okay.
At 5?
It's up to you guys, whatever time you want to do, what would, Jackie,
I can be that flexible.
Yeah, 5 o'clock would work for me.
5 o'clock?
Yeah, I can make arrangements if necessary.
Okay, here?
For me, yeah, it'd be fine.
Should be fine.
Okay, and then so, do we need to have Cheryl here? Is that an actual meeting, Cheryl, or for the interviews? How does that work?
I don't know.
I just realized.
Well,
I don't know if you can do that.
Are we, you're actually, you're doing the hiring. You're hiring somebody.
No, the township board is appointed.
We would have to do a subcommittee for the interview,
Yeah.
and then I believe we can bring anything else as business on the agenda for the entire board.
Well, if the person isn't qualified, then we're hiring somebody in the assessor's office.
And that's a
And a-
township board decision, not a supervisor decision.
Oh, all right, okay, all right.
Because it's not if it's anything for the supervisor's office, it's under my discretion, but the assessor's office is the whole board.
Okay.
So I think everyone can get a copy of the applications, and then we'll have to let.
I think you might be able to have a closed session
Okay,
and do it in a closed session, if it's about a particular person.
okay.
Right.
So you can probably schedule that.
So special meeting and closed session. Is that
But
what
you'd have to have a special meeting, call that to order, go into closed session, and then do like a regular special meeting. And just have closed session as the.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
Okay, so we're looking at Monday, the 17th at 5 p.m. And we would 30 minutes apiece, that, you know? So 5 o'clock and 5:30
It's fine.
on 8/17th. Okay. And Cheryl, you'll take care of all of the hoops for that. Thank you. Okay, excellent. And then if you guys could just let us know what all you would like us to prepare part of that, if there's anything extra besides the basics that we would have. Okay. We need a motion to accept that, or we're just good, Cheryl?
No.
Okay. Next item is the assessor's report. So he is not here this evening, but one of his staff did send us in. And he did the bullet points, 2019 tax bills. The remainder of the first installment is due August 7th for those who are making deferred payments. Next item, senior citizens assessment freeze, veterans with disabilities and persons with disabilities annual exemption renewals. The state has enacted legislation to automatically renew exemptions for the tax year 2020 if the taxpayer had the exemption in 2019. The only instance where an application must be made is for the first-time applicants, where if there's been a change in the disabled veteran's disability rating. Okay, that's new and that's huge for people. Next bullet point is Gina Roberts, District 126 School Board Member, and Kathy Champagne met with me to discuss 2019 Zion commercial valuation. She's not here tonight, but I know that they
Do you
had.
know what the outcome of that meeting was?
I know that she had a very extensive meeting with the county and got a lot of really good information. She's still not happy with how it happened, Ryan, but it's under the assessor's discretion.
Next item is Zion Township Assessor's Office turned their books into the Lake County Chief County Assessment Office on July 15th. Assessments will be published on July 30th. There will be an equalization factor of 1.0776 put on all residential and commercial properties. Property owners will have 30 days to appeal their assessment. And all appeals for the township will need to be filed online through the Lake County website. The Zion Township Assessor's Office is not open to the public, but we are available via phone to answer any questions regarding assessments. And then the assessor's phone, what would you like me to do with my phone? It currently has my telephone number. The cost of the phone was $200, which was paid for by the township 2 years ago. So in looking at that, that's the only material thing. He can turn back in the phone. It's 2 years old. I don't know what the value of the phone would be if we would allow him to.
I think the question is, has the assessor been using this also for his personal use?
Yes, it's the same cell phone.
So,
Yeah, the cell phone number isn't an issue because you can transfer that. It's the actual telephone, and if we kept it, I don't know what the value would be sending it in.
Is that phone number published as the assessor's phone?
No, it's published as Larry would. Larry doesn't give out his cell phone. He just uses the office number.
Could we place a value, current value on that phone and ask if he wants to purchase the phone from the township office?
And we can do that as part of the board meeting.
Okay.
Perfect. That would be good. Okay. So are there any questions of the assessor's report? That will be because I won't probably have an answer, but we can wing it. So, okay. If there's nothing else for the assessor, moving on to the supervisor's report. Yes. Okay, here we go. The monthly report is attached, and those of you who are new every month on our website, which we are in the middle of revamping, we will have the new one up and running within 2 weeks. I'm so excited about it. But every month we publish a monthly report that says exactly what services we provided for the month in every area so that you can know. So we have that up. And then Zion Township has received a grant for $110,000 from Lake County CARES Act funds to assist residents. These funds will help with rent and utilities, only gas and electric, not water. And you must have financially impacted by COVID-19 and you have proof of that in some way, shape, or form. And we stretch it. We'll work with anything to be able to help just validate that. Zion Township has also established strategic partnerships with Community Action Partnership, Mother's Trust Foundation, and Community Partners for Affordable Housing to streamline funding sources to support residents who have been impacted by COVID-19. Just to share, this is a federal grant, and God bless the county because the hoops that they have to jump through to try and get everybody to follow with Service Point, and another shout out to my team, especially Adriana Ortiz. She has been working hand in hand with them. She put together an entire procedure for people to be able to use, which we're going to be sharing with anybody else that is getting the grant for this, and just really working with them to iron out. There's some areas that they said this was going to be in the Service Point. It's not there. Where is it? And how do they do? And just the county's been really grateful for Adriana's support with helping to do this. I believe we have submitted the first application for the county, and plenty more. The calls are coming in like crazy. Within 2 days, we had 14 appointments lined up. So, and you have a 10-day window from the time that they turn in the application to have it turned in. So we have got 1.5 case managers, and I keep asking if I can help, and they tell me nicely no. I'm really, really intentional, but I'm really not good with details, and they say it ends up being more work if I get involved with that, which I absolutely appreciate. One of the things that I had talked about with emergency assistance was that we were going to make some changes to our emergency assistance program. Turns out we don't have to. We can go by and so if somebody comes in and they've been financially impacted by COVID, we can help them with whatever the family qualifies for, right? So if it's their first time in, they can get help from us for up to $400, second time around $250, third time around $150. And then whatever is not covered then the CARES Act funds will take care of. So we didn't need to change ours. But the utilities, it's a whole nother situation, and it's a little bit harder to deal with those funds. They can only help with the month that they were impacted, and you have to have, there's just so much documentation with that. So I think in a lot of situations what we'll be doing is we'll be using the emergency assistance to help with utilities, and we can help with water bills. COVID can't help with water bills, but we can help with that. And so we've got this tiered system to try and, okay, we can help with this here, but the equipments are taking a lot longer, obviously, because there's so many different forms to fill out. But if you know of anybody, especially, I mean, anybody that's in financial crisis, but anybody that's been financially impacted by COVID, please send them to Zion Township. If they don't live in Zion, have them call 211 and find out if their township received the funds. There were 4 townships that did not apply. Benton Township was one of them. They don't have the capacity. It's Larry and one part-time person, and they were not on Service Point prior to this. My team has been on Service Point since the day they said a township could. We were the only ones that were on it because we believe in collaborating with all the other agencies in the county. And so we kind of had a leg in of feeling more confident with how that would work. But yeah, if you don't live in Zion Township, just call 211 and they will direct you as to who has those funds. We have very close partnerships with CAP and with Community Partners for Affordable Housing because we cannot help residents that are undocumented, but they can. So anybody that we cannot serve, we have a direct connect with them, and they will be able to work directly with them, so they won't fall through the cracks. So really proud of that. Okay. Catholic Charities is distributing farmers market coupon booklets. And there are farmers markets going on around Lake County, and what they are going to be doing is distributing them at N&T's restaurants. They are going to be updating the letter. At first they said they weren't going to distribute them at Zion. They didn't have enough staff, blah, 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 blah. I challenged them. Sorry, Gibby. I challenged them and said, you know, if you end up having booklets left, could we please consider doing one in Zion for our residents? And lo and behold, they called and said, okay. And so they were going to do it on July 22nd, and it was like July 19th. I'm like, okay, that doesn't work because you might as well not do it at all if we can't notify anybody. And so they pushed it off till August 5th. So the Park District will have those applications. We have them, and N&T's I'm going to drop off a stack, and Lola's going to make sure that all of the seniors that go there get the applications too. And it's just a booklet of free dollars to be able for any senior 55.
60.
Is it 60? Yeah, I wrote it in here so I wouldn't forget. 60 and older to be able to use at the different farmers markets for fruits and veggies. So, still have on here Zinnias for Zion with the mural that Elena is posting. She is also in the running for the Zinnia Yard of the Year. I have not been there yet. I've only seen pictures. It is amazing. But I also wandered through Ginny Adams' yard, who is the retired police chief secretary, and you got some competition, girlfriend. That's all I'm saying. There are some beautiful Zinnia yards. If you know of anybody, I had a resident call today and shared with her, just go on the Zinnias for Zion website and you can nominate a yard. You don't have to know the name of anybody. If you just see an address, you can go in there and type in and just put in the address that you want to nominate for the best yards for Zinnias for Zion. So hoping we have a lot of nominations. We've got some beautiful yards that are growing. And a shout out to Joe Kenobi, the dome. And then we've got the plaque that has the information about the dome. And on both sides, there was an evergreen in each of those, and he took those out and has been diligent. If you drive by, look at them. They are beautiful, the work that he's been doing for those. We also have a coloring contest, and those pictures are on the Zinnias for Zion website to print and color. So you can turn those in as well. Let's see. So due to the outpour of interest to infuse art in our community, let me just pass these out to you guys. And this is where I have the pictures for you of Elena's work. Kim, could you give this to the sheriff one? And there's one for you. So started gathering the names of different people that came to me with like ideas and stuff that they wanted to do, and realized, take a minute and look at the back picture. It's so cute. That's of the Lopez family. I'll make sure you have one of these, Elena. In the top left corner, I just want to share with you the sign that's on Sheridan Road. Cherry Greg, they had the trophy company, and they had not used that sign in forever. And so I met with her and asked her if we could start putting some creative, inspirational words up there, and she said absolutely. So I just want to give a shout out to her for that, and it's really part of the movement of what we're trying to do. And so what I realized in talking to everybody was that like they have all these ideas and energy, but they feel like City Hall is over there and they don't know how to do anything, and so they didn't. And then we had one situation where somebody did, and they ran way ahead of it, and you'll be hearing about that at the city council meeting tonight. And when I actually sat down with them, I was like, okay, so they just need somebody that can just hold the space with the ideas and the direction to like, what's the next step, instead of like, moving forward with that. And so as we brainstormed, we thought about what's already here, what's some of the things that we already have here in our community. And so the top list is those things, and then we even include Dungeons of Doom in the escape room. That's like creative art with everything they do for that. And then the bottom two things in that part of the list, the one is, you'll hear in a little bit, Your Beautiful Word Art Exhibit, and then the other one is Lake Michigan Rocks Inspirational Path. That's another project where that a couple of people are working on with the Park District. And then the bottom, please do not go, oh my God, what are they doing? We're not doing anything. Right? This is just a list of ideas, and I wanted you guys to have a heads up and know what people are just daydreaming about ahead of time. So the idea came up to call it the Art Beat of Zion, and so increasing the art beat in Zion to make the community healthier is kind of the flow for it. So if you know anybody that's interested in being a part of this, please direct them our way so that we can include them. And just as we move forward, what we want to be able to do is, as ideas come up, just take the next baby step. What's the next step to ask? For example, one of the examples of this is a couple of people wanted to do a graffiti park down at ComEd, and to blacken off the peaker plant stuff, just be able to have a graffiti art wall. I talked to Marilyn Krieger about it, the director of the Park District, and she was like, my only concern is graffiti creep. She's like, I think it would be beautiful. I would love to be a part of that and figure out someplace in the community, but they've got so many endangered species down there that her concern is if there's graffiti creep, it will mess up Kosher Park. And that's a perfectly legitimate, answer for that. So that was really good to know. But just, and so just asking that question, taking the next step to be able to just do some of this stuff in the community. And I looked around the township and I didn't even realize it, between all of the zinnias growing, and we have the park benches that have the quotes on them. And then last year John Buer and his crew did the trellis. The iron trellis for us, and now with Elena doing the mural, I mean, it's really becoming something really special outside, and so to continue to just infuse positive energy in the community. So if any of you guys want to be a part of it, want more information, have any ideas, suggestions, direction, I can always use direction, right, Richard? Would love your input on that. So I wanted to share that with you. And then I already did Elena. Just to share with you where we are at the township. I've got the staff coming in 2 days a week each. Beginning August 3rd, I'm asking them to come in 3 days a week. We are not posting it and announcing it, but we do have the doors open. And so individuals that come to the door, they know that we're open. And we've got it set up and it's working well to be able to do that. The individual work. We ordered DocuSign, and especially for the CARES Act applications, and my team loves that. So it's made it really simple for individuals. Just, you don't even need a computer, you just need your phone to be able to sign the documents and stuff to be able to help. So they have done a phenomenal job with acclimating to helping people do things online, to not have to see each other face to face. So that's where we are with that. I wanted to make sure you knew about that. And then did that. We will be closed on August 6th and 7th for the Global Leadership Summit. It's online, so they will just be working from that from home. We had 2 extra tickets because the prices were reduced, and so we're donating those, correct, to the Coalition for Health Communities for individuals to go. Let's see, Assessor's position. Update ZB Quarterly. Just to share with you, we did the first 4 ZB Quarterlies, and we ended up being, including, so under Sandra, we put in for the first issue 16 hours work, second issue 12 hours work, and then 10 hours work the next two. And with that, the first issue, we were over budget by $383. The second, we were over by $75, and then the third by $13, and the fourth by $17. So obviously the township is not concerned about absorbing those costs to be able to do the ZB quarterly. And Mike Pobecki came to the township and asked if we would consider doing some kind of a collaboration with the company that does the ZB happenings. And so I gave him a copy of our budget and what everything costs and a couple of copies of the magazine. And he said that he would just do his own research and come back to meet with me. And I shared with him that it wasn't just me. It's primarily Christine Workman, Sandra. So that's all I got. Is there anything else? Let me just triple check. Oh, Zion Together. Just to share with you, we're making another pivot with the Zion Together neighborhood. Instead of individuals having to submit paperwork, we want to do nominations. So neighborhoods can be nominated as a Zion Together Love Thy Neighborhood. And we have already 3 neighborhoods that have been nominated. And so I want to start incorporating at the next township board meeting, having those neighborhoods, if COVID is over, either one representative coming in or and having them come in and just recognizing them and getting their T-shirts and their sign. And so the T-shirts were donated by corporations. The signs, so we got 50 signs that were donated by North Shore Gas. So we'll be moving forward with just completing that. So that's it. Is there anything else to come before the town board?
I think you covered everything.
You think so?
I had one question in terms
Yes.
of the Facebook Live.
Yes.
How's the feedback? I
Yes.
imagine
So far I'm getting, I'm just, and just so everybody knows, every Friday at 1 o'clock I go on Facebook Live and I just share whatever we have. And then the same thing on Friday, we're sending out a weekly email. So any of the information, anything that we're getting, we're pulling it together as quickly as possible and just sharing that with the community to make sure that we have. And I've gotten a lot of really positive feedback. So not a lot of people come on in the moment, but I don't need them to, right? It's just a report out so that people have it for the week.
Great.
Yeah, if you'd ever like to join me, I'd love to have you.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, cool. All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Firestone?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Meeting adjourned. Sneak out of here so the mayor can get up here.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I sent you